From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. With her experience in leading the government's purchase of COVID-19 vaccines and her efforts to address sexual harassment in the armed forces, Anita Anand says she has shown that she is ready to helm Global Affairs Canada. Anand was appointed Foreign Affairs Minister by Prime Minister Mark Carney. She says her main job now will be to build stronger bonds with dependable trading partners and allies without compromising Canada's stance on multilateralism, peace, and international law. Elsewhere in politics, Mike Pemberton is the new leader of the Yukon Liberal Party, beating out his competitor to become the next premier by just 13 votes. Pemberton is a local businessman and longtime party insider, and he says the party has an opportunity now to build on 8 years of strong leadership and First Nations partnerships.
An opportunity to grow together, to grow our party, to show our strong track record of economic growth, our commitment to public safety, affordability, and the well-being of all communities, big and small.
Pemberton will replace outgoing Premier Ranj Pillay, who announced earlier this year that he would not be seeking re-election and would step down after his successor was chosen. The province of Quebec says it's scaling back its projections for cutting greenhouse gas emissions due to the arrival of the Trump administration and the threat of punitive tariffs. An annual report released on Thursday says actions being taken by the province to reduce emissions should account for 65% of the cuts needed to reach the government's 2030 emissions target. That's down 2 points from an estimated 67% last year. Business groups are expressing worry that Ottawa's plan to press ahead with its digital services tax has the potential to derail any trade talks with the U.S. The digital services tax would hit companies like Amazon, Google, Meta, Uber, and Airbnb with a 3% levy on revenue from Canadian users. It's scheduled to take effect June 30th, just weeks before the deadline that Canada and the U.S. have set for coming up with a new trade deal. Overseas, Ukraine's president is calling for greater international pressure to be placed on Moscow. Volodymyr Zelensky's remarks came 2 days after a Russian missile strike hit a Kyiv apartment building, killing 23 people. He called the attack a sign that Russia is rejecting ceasefire efforts. And finally, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, there's a major movie anniversary today.
50 years ago, Jaws premiered in theaters.
What we are dealing with here is a perfect engine, an eating machine.
The movie, about an island community terrorized by a giant shark, was notoriously difficult to film. The mechanical sharks used in production were prone to breaking in the saltwater ocean off the coast of Martha's Vineyard. What was supposed to be a 50-day shoot ballooned into more than 150. But Jaws made more than $260 million and is considered the first modern summer blockbuster.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Tyson Philpott reeled in a pair of touchdown passes as the Montreal Alouettes remained perfect on the year with a 38-28 victory over the Edmonton Elks. That means Montreal is 3-0 to start the current campaign and has gone 9-0 in June over the past 3 seasons. Now over to the NBA, where Obi Toppin scored 20 points, Canadian Andrew Nembhard added 17, and the resilient Indiana Pacers sent the league finals to a winner-take-all Game 7 by beating the Oklahoma City Thunder 108-91. In MLB action, the Toronto Blue Jays were at home but came up short against the Arizona Diamondbacks, losing 9-5. Still, they managed to win the series and will open up their next set, taking on the White Sox for 3 in Toronto. And finally, Kyle Schwarber hit a tie-breaking solo home run in the 8th inning as the Philadelphia Phillies beat the Miami Marlins 2-1. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.